Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced launches on the 9th of July, and yes, it runs on the Steam Deck. It's actually Steam Deck verified, and this video is going to be first look on the Steam Deck OLED, and on the 8th of July, I will also be able to share a very detailed performance review. Without further ado, let's get into this one. I've partnered with Ubisoft to bring you this early look of the game. So right out of the gate, I cannot really share a lot. I cannot give you my impressions and I cannot do a full performance review on this game. I am under embargo, but I am able to share this gameplay with you. So this is going to be me playing it on the Steam Deck OLED, and what I can tell you is that this is not gameplay on the lowest settings. I'm going to talk more about the actual game while you watch this gameplay. And then on the 8th, I'm going to be able to share a lot more in terms of performance, which is probably what you most care about. So what is Resynced? This is a remake of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, the 2013 game. It's rebuilt from the ground up on the latest version of the Anvil engine, the same one they used on Assassin's Creed Shadows. So it's got new assets, new lighting, new systems, and it's led by Ubisoft Singapore. So this isn't just the old game with, a resolution bump. It's a full rebuild. The story is the one you know if you've played the original. You're Edward Kenway, a privateer turned pirate set in the golden age of piracy, somewhere between 1715 and 1722, out in the Caribbean. You're chasing fortune and you get pulled into the whole Assassins and Templars conflict along the way. That's the core of it, and Resynced keeps that story somewhat intact. It also takes away from some of the story, mainly the real world stuff that originally happened in the original game, but it also adds to that story. This game has new content layered on top of the original. There's new chapters of endgame missions that extends Black Flag's story past where it originally ended. There are 3 new naval officers, each with their own questline, and there's a bunch of new side content, new locations, and new secrets scattered across the map. I think in total it has 6 or 7 more hours of content than the original did. So even if you've played the original, there's new stuff here to go after. Now, in terms of the visual side, because this is a big part of the pitch for this game, Resynced is running on the latest Anvil engine with micro polygon rendering and ray tracing. There is a full asset remake, dynamic objects and destructibles, and a new dynamic weather system. And one thing worth knowing, the cities are now seamless, so there's no loading screens going in and out of the big cities. And on the ray tracing side, they've built in a software ray tracing option, which means even cards without hardware ray tracing can use it. And that actually matters a lot for handhelds, and you can turn it off and on, and this will matter a lot for performance. Combat has been entirely reworked, and this is definitely not the 2013 game combat. It's now very parry and dodge driven, so you've got perfect parries that lead into chain takedowns, heavy strikes for the rapier, cutlass and pistol sword, a hidden blade takedown that breaks an enemy's defense, you got kick and sweep options, and a new blunderbuss and grenade archetype. They're calling that one the Demolitionist. And there's also perks and trinket system for buffing your gear, so the whole flow of a fight is pretty different now. Stealth got the same treatment. You can now crouch anywhere with a dedicated button to lower your visibility, and there's a visibility meter that's actually influenced by day, night, and even weather. So if it rains, that gives you more cover. You can dive anywhere now, anywhere in the world, which opens up approaching ships and coastal spots from underwater. And the rope dart ability now unlocks much early and has been amplified as a combat tool. And your tools, the darts, the coins, the whistles, those have all been modernized. They've even touched up the parkour. There's a manual jump now for better flow. Zip lines is a new way to get around, side and back ejects that give you height, and they've gone through and made the move interrupts quicker so the transitions feel smoother. They've also done some changes to the naval combat. This is Black Flag after all, so the Jackdaw, your ship, is a huge part of that. And they've added new secondary fire modes across the board, shrapnel barrels that can damage sails, heated shots, double shots, a mortar option tied to one of the officers. The swivel guns now use manual aim, more like Assassin's Creed Rogue if you've played that one, and the officers you recruit each bring a different ability to naval combat. There are also new naval contracts to run out at sea, so the ship combat has a lot more going on than the original game, but it has also kept a lot of the charm from that one. Then there's the Animus Hub and the Rifts. The Animus Hub is the framework that launched with Shadows, and it's back here in this game. The big change for Resynced is that modern day sections have been turned into 4 narrative rifts, which are optional, and they're kind of like a what if scenarios for Edward. So there's a pretty different approach to the modern day stuff than the original had, but it's not completely gone like they've done with some of the newer games. It's still there, but it's kind of different. And the world itself is expanded. You've got brand new islands to explore, new hideout content out in Great Inagua, ambient world moments with the new voice lines for flavor, and the dive anywhere freedom I mentioned earlier, it's now opening up new secrets underwater. So it's not just the old map remade, there is more of the map now. This game also has a ton of accessibility features, there's a lot. Multiple difficulty settings you can tune separately for combat, stealth, naval and different activities. You have colorblind presets, subtitle options with speaker names and emotions, screen narration, a toggleable GPS and full control remapping on PC. If you guys are enjoying this first look and you want to see the full performance breakdown and benchmarks and different settings comparisons, consider subscribing to the channel because that video is coming on the 8th of July. Okay, so let me talk some editions and price. The standard edition is $59.99 and the digital deluxe is $69.99. It's out on July 9th on PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. And on PC, you can get it either at the Ubisoft store, on Steam or on Epic Games Store. This version you're looking at right now is the Ubisoft Store version. And for the Steam Deck, it is Steam Deck verified at launch. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I think of that verification badge yet, that's for the review, but the status of it being verified is confirmed. A couple of things worth knowing before you decide to purchase it. There is an online component to this game. You need to connect online once to install the game, and after that, the main campaign is actually fully playable offline on the Steam Deck. But some features do need a connection to the Animus Hub, the in-game store, a photo mode and cross progression. So the campaign itself is fine offline and you can absolutely play this game offline on the Steam Deck, but some of the few extras there are gonna require a connection. Now here's where I actually need your help. The full Steam Deck breakdown will land on the 8th, and I want to answer what you're actually wondering about this game. So tell me in the comments, do you want the deep settings rundown, the exact preset I would run? Do you care most about battery life, or is it the upscalers you want compared? Ray tracing on the Steam Deck, yes or no? Do you want me to showcase a specific spot on the map, or like a busy city versus out in the water? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments and I'll do my best to get all of that in that video. So to recap, this is a full ground up remake of Black Flag. The story you know, plus a new chapter, a new content, reworked combat, stealth, parkour and naval as well, and this is an expanded world and it's landing on July 9th with a Steam Deck verified badge. The question you're all really here for is how it runs on the Steam Deck in detail, and that is the video I'm putting out on the 8th of July. The whole thing, presets, handheld options, upscalers, ray tracing, battery life, even on the LCD, and whether I think it's worth playing on the Steam Deck. All of it is gonna be up in 2 days. So that's gonna be it, the Black Flag Resynced first look. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike and let me know what I can do to improve. And if you're into Steam, Steam Deck, Steam hardware and gaming handhelds, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.